Sheldon Seymour from Troy, Pennsylvania. He's a couple-time state champion. And Sheldon Seymour, Jordan, I love this guy's story. He has just stuck with it and stuck with it. Last year made the NCAA championships for the first time as an 8 seed, made the semis, fell to Vincent Robinson 4-2. It was a breakout season, a lot of perseverance.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see. This sport teaches character. Not everyone's going to have this linear version of success where they're winning progressively and they get better every single year. You can make improvements and it not be reflected from your results. I'm glad to see he stayed the course and continued to wrestle, and he was rewarded for it last year at the NCAA tournament.
I'll tell you what, Pat Santoro in his 18th season has a great group. Talk about a 1-2-3 punch. You got Seymour at 125, Ryan Crookham at 133, and Luke Stanich, an All-American a couple years back at 125. He's up to 141.
And a world champion.
Yes, and a world champion. What a run that was.
And
broke that guy.
Did some amazing things this summer. Really put the world on notice when he beat Bull Bassett and multiple sets at trials and at the U.S. Open. And then, again, going on to finish on top of the world as a world champion this summer. It's incredible. He's got to be riding high on confidence right now.
Ventresca, the returning ACC champion, over 20 wins a season ago. Was 7th in 2023, was the ACC runner-up that same season. Missed most of last season with injury. Or 2 seasons ago, rather. So he'll have another year. Of course, Caleb Henson recently announcing he's redshirting, so he'll be back. Virginia Tech right now, JB. Tony Roby, Jared Frayer, Zach Tonelli. That coaching staff cooking with oil.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. And, of course, we know. Whoa. Look at the angle on that go-behind, but doesn't run body. Runs to the foot and ankle and is able to secure that finish. They've done a great job in Blacksburg. They've got something.
Yes, they do. Jared Haught on that coaching staff as well. Ventresca leading it 3-0. Crossface on the edge, keeping those toes in bounds, building that riding time up to 17 seconds.
They've got a great culture. They've got great coaching staff. They're in their hip and relatively close to home. Proximity to talent is big in this game. It's really hard to be far west or in these small podunk towns far away from where all of the talent is generated. But these guys have done an awesome job at finding a way to secure the #1 wrestlers. I mean, Aaron Seidel, at one point they had commitment from Jaden James, and now Melvin Miller and Bo Bassett in the same day. They're finding a way to get the talent, retain it, and then also develop it.
Ventresca, really good job in this top position. Figure fouring that right leg. Riding time at 40 seconds. Yeah, these two Mets in the 5th place match, it was 11-4 for Ventresca. Tight waist from the Hokie. Now slides in a half Nelson as Seymour trying to work up. Short time, final 15 seconds. This be big for Ventresca. Get that takedown, the ride out, riding time over a minute, and who knows, maybe a turn in the final 10 seconds.
And look at how Ventresca's just shifty.
He
shifty. Knows all of the leverage points from the top position, right? Like there was a time where he was like, I'm gonna try half. All right, I'm gonna float here on hip. Okay, I'm gonna post elbow.
He even went coffee grinder there late.
He knows exactly where to position himself in order to eliminate either one of your posts or to pressure a position that makes it really difficult for you to go back to your base. That was very, very wise wrestling.
Hard to believe Tony Roby has been the head coach for 9 seasons already.
And has done a phenomenal job there. You know, I'm always a little bit weary when you see an assistant coach just get the role.
Yes.
Right? They don't open it up nationally. They don't give a lot of other guys or outsiders opportunities to come in and take over the program. They hire internally. And you're like, oh, if this guy was a part of the program, it may be floundering a little bit. Why would you give him an opportunity? But he's proved all of the doubters wrong. He took over after Kevin Dresser's departure and has elevated the program to an exceptional level. Kudos to him.
Ventresca adds to his lead with the early escape here in the second period, 4-0. Yeah, Virginia Tech 11th as a team in 2025. Of course, they had Mekhi Lewis national champion in 2019, the first in program history. Mentioned Caleb Henson, the ACC regular season and tournament champions, Virginia Tech. The ACC, Virginia Tech, NC State, North Carolina, and keep an eye on Stanford. That is a loaded team in Palo Alto with Chris Ayers.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job there. They've got some extraordinary wrestlers on their teams, from Provo to Cardenas. They're really doing a good job. Hunter Garvin, a guy who we'll see later tonight.
Yes.
They've got a really solid squad.
Keith Gavin, solid job at Pitts. Believe they beat Navy today in a dual meet. Believe I heard that earlier. 45 seconds. What do you miss most about this? College wrestling.
I miss the team atmosphere. That was one of the coolest parts of this thing, is we were really connected. We had class together. We'd go out and hang out and party and have a good time together on the weekends. And we trained and we bled and we cried together as we were away from home, away from our families, and we became men unified in this brotherhood. And so when you got a chance to wear the logo on your singlet, it just meant a lot more than representing yourself. It was bigger than you. And so that's what I miss most. When you represent Team USA, it's awesome, phenomenal. But there's a bunch of individuals that just kind of operate collectively for a very short period of time. For that 2-week window that you're at training camp in the summer, and then at the World Championships or Olympic Games in August and September, is the only time you really feel like a team. And then you go back to your compartment at your RTC, and you try to figure out a way to do it again next year. I'd really miss the team atmosphere of being a college wrestler.
We start neutral here in this third period. Collar tie there from Ventresca. Look at this weight class, 125. Vincent Robinson is back, the reigning national champion. Troy Spratley was a finalist. Oklahoma State, he's ranked number 2. Luke Lillidahl. What a run. Luke Lillidahl wins another world title. I mean, he's had more world titles than I've had haircuts in the last several years.
Lightning Luke. I tell you what,
so
at his
fast.
age, I had 0 world titles. And he's got a few of them. You know, he's one of those guys that didn't have his best performance at the NCAA tournament last year, but I think if you ask anyone who knows wrestling who the favorite is at that weight class, even with the returning NCAA champion of Vincent Robinson at NC State, I think a lot of people would likely choose Luke Lillidahl.
And if I remember right, Lillidahl came back and took 3rd place, and that will draw a stalemate. Lehigh won its 39th EIWA title last year. So much history. That is a great place. That is a fun place. One of the best wrestling rooms you'll ever see.
There's nothing like competing in Grace Hall.
It is cool.
It's so cool. The fans are on top of you. You know, being in the snake pit,
right? Yes.
That's right. That's exactly right. There's just so much tradition there. And they've been doing a really good job of recruiting guys lately. Keanu Dillard, Cam Sance. You know, they've done a phenomenal job of getting the right guys to be a part of their program. People are really starting to believe in the Mountain Hawks once again. And when Lehigh's good, it's good for wrestling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Last national champion, Darian Cruz. Hard to believe that was in 2017. Eddie Ventresca from Virginia Tech will get the 4-0 shutout over Sheldon Seymour of Lehigh. Top 5 ranked matchup. Ventresca better on this night in his native New Jersey.
You said it right, Shane. It's tonight. It's tonight. Doesn't mean you're the better wrestler. It's just tonight.
Yep.
For this 7 minutes that we tangled here in Piscataway, New Jersey, you were the better wrestler than me. But the great ones are like, but only for this 7 and never again.
Yep.